Hello and welcome to our new series of Remote First podcasts. And the next guest we have is Mamoona. Welcome, Mamoona.
Thank you.
Let's hear her story.
So I'll start from the beginning. I was born and raised in Lahore. I did my matriculation from the Cathedral School and then I did my bachelor's from the University of Central Punjab in BBA. And I did it with a major of marketing. I saw this post on LinkedIn about RepStack. I said, I think this job is made for me. And then I immediately applied it.
Nice. And Mamoona has been with RepStack for 2 years. And let's hear her story.
So I'll start from the beginning. I was born and raised in Lahore. I did it with a major of marketing. And after that, I got a job at DSG Energy as a business development executive. And I worked there for 6 months. And then I saw this post on LinkedIn about RepStack. I was just scrolling LinkedIn. And then I read that post. I said, I think this job is made for me.
So, how is the transformation that we're known for not being the best at English and all that? And your communication skills seem to be top notch. How did you work on them separately, or how did that go? I
I would say my English improved after I joined RepStack. When you get onboarded with client, you have to make communications on daily basis. So I think that really helped me to improve my English. I learned new skills, and obviously we have so many AI tools, ChatGPT. And as you were saying before the podcast, whenever I had to make some conversation about business, I prep myself through ChatGPT and I think it gets improved by time. Nice. Tell us a little bit about your last job. It was like in an office environment. And so, what made you switch? My last job was also really good, but I don't think it really just didn't match with my interest. It was mostly focused on how we can increase more in sales terms. You have to contact the clients through calls and you get them onboarded. So that's something that I was not really interested in, but because it was my first job, so I had to keep up. Clients were Pakistani? Yeah, the clients were Pakistani. It was basically for solar panels. Like it's a huge company and they like sell their solar system, like solar energy systems to like very big on industrial level. So like they have a sapphire in their projects. They have lots of sugar mills and this and that. My job was mostly like to get clients through calls, and this is something that not my core strength. Yeah, so that's what made me switch the job. My last podcast was with Hadika and from sales at RepStack, and she has a very flamboyant personality and she loves talking to people. I think sales is for those kind of people, and Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and it's not everyone's cup of cake. But the good part is that you realized it earlier in your career and then switched. Was remote working also a preference, or no? It was like I can do anything remote or physical space. Remote wasn't my preference really, but it actually, I think we are living in an era where it doesn't matter. If you're getting a good job and if you get a chance to work in like US market, I think this is something that one cannot miss as an opportunity. It involves working from home, so I think it's still a great opportunity. And I don't know, I think there's a myth about working from home that, you don't get to interact with a lot of people and you don't grow like you do with your physical job. So I think this is all myth. And I really enjoy it when I made this decision. That was one of my questions that I had to come about the myths of working remote, but I'm glad you answered that already. A little bit about, because you are working with two clients part time, 4 hours with one, 4 hours with the other. How do you cope with that? Is it easy, or is it like you're drained by the first client and then you go into the other? How do you keep your energy right there for both? I think because I'm really passionate about digital marketing, so I really enjoy both of my roles. Are they different?
Yes, they both are different roles. Part time I do content creation and part time I manage like CRM and paid ads. So like
Nice.
both of them are like very different. But yeah, I really enjoy because as a whole I enjoy digital marketing. And since I'm working both of them with more than a year now, so I'm very used to it and I really enjoy my work. Nice, nice. That's so good to hear. So pleasing to hear. Tell us a little bit about your day.
How do you, what time do you wake up? How do you manage all that at home?
I wake up usually around like 11 a.m. because obviously we sleep late at night. We follow the US timings. So I wake up at 11 a.m. and then I have my breakfast and then I go to gym and I spend my time like 1 hour in the gym working out and then I come home, have my lunch and then I am on my desk. And yeah,
What prompts you to go to the gym?
what pushes me to go to the gym? I think it's all about to stay physically fit. And I have put on like a lot of weight because obviously I don't have like much physical activity at home. I think it's better to stay active and it really helps with the mental health as well. So these are the main reasons.
Awesome. How do you, all right, let's talk about working remotely. And so, how do you separate it from, because working from home and then keeping your office energy and everything over there as well? How do you separate? There's a very fine line between them. How do you separate both of them?
Working, okay, I would say that I have a dedicated space in my home. That environment really supports me. And yeah, so obviously, I won't say that it's very easy to work at home because your family will always think, okay, she's on, I can call her at any time. But I think I've set my boundaries. I have a dedicated workstation, you can say, in my own place. It really supports my work
But
environment,
like
my
sometimes
energy
our
going.
parents, that generation doesn't understand virtually working and they're like, oh no, guests are here, let's come down or things like that.
Yes,
How
exactly.
do you
And
cope with that?
yeah, actually, my family is very supportive. So I'm very thankful to that. When I initially started, my family was really upset that you are not doing like physical job. Why you're switching to remote job? This is something they considered it as a failure.
Really?
Someone who's failing in her career, so no, they will switch to like work from home sort of a job. But later on, when they saw me succeeding in my career and they saw that I've really improved myself, you can say, I've improved my speaking skills or I am achieving a lot with my client. I'm working in US market. And so all of my siblings now have shift to work from home
Really?
environment. Yeah, and they just switch their job and say, I think she's doing better.
Nice, nice. And I think the financial aspect of it does make a difference
Plays
as
a
well.
big role,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. What was the biggest win that you think that like the pros of working remotely, and what is the biggest challenge that people don't realize?
I think the pro is, I think everybody know that you can work from anywhere. So if you are planning to
Do you
go
work
some,
from other places? Have you worked from other places?
actually, if most of the time we have to go Islamabad because half of our family lives there. So I don't really have to take off. I can just explain them that I need to work from there too, and they just arrange the quiet room for me because it's not easy in big families.
A co-working space in Islamabad, you
Yes,
can use
you
that.
already have,
Yeah.
but I still manage.
Awesome. And what would be a challenge that you think that people don't know,
I think the
or there's
challenge.
none?
No, I think there are some challenges because of working from home, you really have to make sure that your internet is stable. You have a backup in both for your internet and power. So this is a challenge because in Pakistan, it's not very easy to maintain both of them, even if you have backups.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
according to the situation. So this is a big challenge. But again, we do have a working space for RepStack. So whenever we face some sort of this issue, we immediately went to that co-working space.
Okay. And you have a, of course, you're working with global clients. What's the best part that you've learned from people abroad? Of course, your both clients are in the US. What and how have you improved working with them?
The best part is that they are very punctual and they're very patient. So this is something I've learned from that, and I'm actually very surprised the amount of patience they have. If something doesn't go the way they want it to be, they just have this patience that okay, we can make a different strategy. We can, if that strategy didn't work, we will have a plan B. If that doesn't work, plan C. So they are very patient and very consistent with their work. So this is something, the consistency. When I was working with a local client, they were not very consistent. If something doesn't work, they immediately want to switch to something else. So they really put their efforts and they see results with that. So this is something I really appreciate.
And when you're working, of course, from here, are you working in your own silo? Like you're alone, you feel that loneliness, or do you guys have team meetings all the time on Zoom? How's that with both of your clients?
For Samuel, the one I manage CRM for, we have two meetings. We start our Monday with Monday meeting, and there we like set up three big goals for the week. And then we have an alignment meeting in the midweek, like on Wednesday or Thursday. And it's not like always on call, but for Samuel, he is like available all the time on Google Chat. So whenever if I'm facing any issue, he's more like a friend to us now. So he's if you have any issue, you just just Slack me or DM me. I'll be right be on the call. So he's that kind of a person. Working with him makes it more interesting because it feels like you're working with a friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And the other client?
The other client doesn't like meetings at all. So I am on my own most of the time, but she loves to send voice notes and on email.
Oh, okay.
So not on WhatsApp as well. So whenever I have facing any issue and I just logged out from her in socials, so I tell her and she sends me a 7-minute voice note. Okay, you have to do this and this. I might not be available at this time. So manage it yourself. So most of the time it's that. But they both are like very awesome.
Nice. And if you could magically fly everyone to a single place, all your team, let's talk about the Samuel team. What would you want to do there that you can't do on Zoom?
I want to take them all at my place, my house, and I want to organize this grand party because they are very interested. He's very interested in our culture, so he wants to learn that what we eat, how our day look like, what we dress up. So I want to give him like a full exposure of it. That okay, so one day you will have to spend like a Pakistani.
Awesome, yeah. And anything you want to do, even that you do every day, and you make sure, all right, this is something that I need to do. Have you made your list of things that you do every day, and you're like really particular about them?
Yes, for Dr. Melissa, you're talking about client-wise, right?
Any kind of, yeah, clients or work life.
Yeah, I think for both of my clients, we follow a calendar. For Dr. Melissa, we have a theme for each day that goes from Monday to Sunday. So she posts every day, and she follows a very specific themes for each day. So I can't really create a post that is outside of that theme. So for Monday, she usually add her reel about Monday mindset. And for Tuesday, it's about transformational Tuesday because she is all about improving the lifestyle of women. And for Samuel, we don't really follow strange structure. It's mostly about he just come up with something and ask me to do it, I'll do it. And I come up with something and ask his help.
Do you think that there is some kind of lag in the growth of your career because you're working remotely? Or do you think that it has gone faster than expected? What do you think about that?
I think I have more opportunities career-wise than I had before after working remotely because now I have like exposure of US market or other countries. I think because in RepStack it allows us to explore in like many areas of work. So you are not really focused on your JD. It really helps us to get more trainings and learn about new tools. And whenever there's some new features in a certain tool, they immediately assign us with the courses. And you get your certifications done. They make sure that you're always top on the game. So I think that it really increased our opportunities in the market, whether it's local. So yeah, I don't think that remote culture has in any way
Kept you behind.
kept me behind.
Yeah, awesome. And I think the best part is that for me, the best part and the best learning is working globally. Another culture, very different people. And the US market is very cutthroat. It's like
Yeah.
you have to be on time, you have to be 4 hours of hardcore work. You can't slack, you can't have coffee breaks and stuff like that. So I think that's one thing that everybody is, especially for us, I think it's a huge learning on my side. How do you see yourself like, all right, this is great. You're working with two amazing people. How do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from here growing in your career?
Right now, I want to just maintain that because RepStack has this policy that if you maintain your client more than 3 years, your pay will get 3 times more than that. So that's my goal. But obviously, you can't.
Apart from financials is great.
Well,
We all
is
know
a big
financials are great.
aspect.
It is a great aspect. But apart from that, in a current role that you're doing, CRMs and all that, so finances are great. We all agree to that. Apart from that, like your career wise, you want to be a manager at the same client, or do you want to maybe
Well,
work?
my client is planning to make me a manager already.
Oh, nice.
So
So there you go. Yeah.
he is hiring a team of I think 4 to 5 people that will help us in marketing as well and also handling the CRM. So he has nominated me that okay, you are going to be the one who is going to lead the team.
Nice.
So I already see myself there, and maybe in 5 years I want to really create a position as head of CRM or
Nice.
something
So
like
CRM, what
that.
do you do in the CRM? It's automations or?
I manage all the 360 of CRM, like automation, building the landing
Go
pages,
high level,
lead,
right?
yes, go high level, lead magnets, designing email templates, sending email campaigns, or doing the SMS marketing. So I do all of that.
Awesome. And if you have to tell people about RepStack, that all right, who are starting at RepStack and who are thinking of joining RepStack, how do you think is it different from other companies, or what are the pros and cons of working here?
Whoever is thinking to join RepStack, I would say just do it because RepStack really make you very disciplined in your job, and it allows you to learn a lot of new skills that you may never, working with other companies. You come with RepStack, you come up with a lot of opportunities. You have a chance to work with international clients and to learn as many tools as possible. When you're working with other countries, you usually have to pay for your own trainings, or they don't want train you like we get trained in RepStack. So they will give 15 days training initially, and then you are on your own. You have to, whatever you want to learn, they will ask you just watch some YouTube videos and you are good. But with RepStack, I would say the culture here is very supportive. If you are facing any issue, you want to learn any new thing, you just ask the RSA team. And Tuba and Mahad, you can ask them, and they are right there, and they will send you with the right, they will provide you with the right tools and right guidance. That's something. And the RepStack will never leave you with, you are never on your own, even if you are with your client. So that's one thing I really appreciate.
The kind of industry we are in and the kind of business, and then I told you the how cutthroat. I have the answer for that.
Yes.
From our perspective, is that how cutthroat the market is. If we don't do that, and so it does not go in the same sense, and then this is the requirement that we're fulfilling. So, yeah. Did you go to the rep camp last year?
Yes, I did.
How was that?
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I've ever went on any office trip like that.
Okay, awesome. So rep camp is where we all get together once a year, and so it's coming soon. And
Is it?
inshallah soon. The date will be announced soon, but it's very soon. The perspective about RepStack when you started, when you heard about it, and when you gave the interview, and today, what's the difference?
I think they get relaxed. Initially, they are putting their 100% of their
We are.
efforts. So 100% of their efforts on you. And there won't be any much difference because it stays consistent. So even if you are onboarded with the client, if you are managing 2 clients or 3 clients or whatsoever, but they make sure that checks on you.
Yeah.
And it isn't it's not much difference. But that time I was in RSA, I had to complete so many courses, and then when you get assigned with the client, so
What was easier, RSA or the client?
the client.
And that was our goal, by the way.
Always the
That's our goal, by the way. That RSA should be so brutal that we make sure that only the people who deserve cross that
Yeah,
line.
and in RSA you have a timeline that you have to complete 5 courses or 3 courses per day, and they
Yeah.
ask you, okay, so you haven't mentioned any course completed in your EOD.
Yeah. No, I like that candid answers of your. It was a pleasure talking to you, Mamoona,
Yeah, thank
and
you
hopefully
much.
we'll meet soon. The next time you're in Islamabad, I would love to have a coffee if you're a coffee drinker.
Yes, I'm a coffee
And
lover.
I'll take you to a nice place, and let's meet again, inshallah.
Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the cons, I would say that you have to be, I don't really want to say it, but you just get monitored very much.
Yeah. No, you should say that. Yeah.
Okay, so if you are working 8 hours, they make sure that you work 8 hours every day and your screen gets recorded, and it comes into micromanagement
Yeah.
too.